South Africa is a landmine when it comes to service delivery. You want to know how most people actually excel in this country in terms of business and doing something to generate an income that makes them really, really wealthy and rich? Service delivery. If you think about it, everybody in South Africa complains about the government not delivering according to the promises they make. And people who know this, people who understand this, especially people of a particular color, tend to use that at their advantage. So what they do then is they either create a community, sort of like a community or a forum like AfriForum, for example, that delivers these services where the government fail. So you'd find yourself in an area where, for example, a really wealthy neighborhood, there's a guy who has resources. He starts off a security company, and that security company only caters to that particular neighborhood. So everybody within that neighborhood, because they care so much about safety, they then put all their resources and finances together to pay this security private company to take care of them and protect them against all harm. But in essence, whose job was it supposed to be to keep a people or a neighborhood safe? The police. And the police is managed by the government, and the government is managed by a particular political party, and etc. etc. But because the police do not deliver on their promises, individuals who have resources rise up and they come up with a solution, and that solution then caters to the needs of the people. And if there's a need, there's definitely going to be a market for it, and with the market there's going to be money to be made. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because we are stuck up in this ideology that in order to be wealthy, you need to be either coming from a wealthy family, or some rich uncle needs to give you money somewhere, or you need to have started a long time ago already. Some people even argue that their competition had more time to do certain things, and that is why their competition is up there and they are still down here. I don't believe that's the case. What I believe is you always need to look for the problems. Look for where the problems are coming from, find a solution, and then offer that as a package. Sell the solution as a package, and you'll make money. I've done this, and I believe you can too. And I'm going to show you how simple it is to find problems that you can start tackling and start catering to those problems, package them as solutions, and sell them to people who might need it. Think of something that you've always struggled with and something that you really find to be really difficult to deal with. For example, transportation. How did you get to work? How did you get to school? What did you do in your days when you were in school, etc., etc.? Well, how did you study homework? Did you have a tutor? Did you have someone to help you with your courses, or a particular place where you struggle with understanding a certain subject? What did you do in those periods? And when you start thinking about the problems that you are faced with, you then will obviously at the same time think about the solutions towards this problem. And the question that usually comes is, oh, I used to struggle with maths. If only then I had someone to help me with my maths, right? So there was a problem, and now there's a solution. Not even a solution, but a possible solution. So now to make that solution a reality, you then start asking yourself questions like, so what would you do if you were to have a maths tutor right now? First of all, where would you find them? So we start asking a question of now finding that math tutor. How would you pay this math tutor to come? What time would you meet? Etc. etc. You guys kind of get where I'm going with this. It's exactly the same way how wealthy people think. I've read several books on this matter of solving people's problems, and I come to find that a lot of the authors that speaks about creating wealth through solving people's problems, they tend to always miss the point, because they know themselves they're not necessarily solving anyone's problem but their own. They had a problem that they felt they needed a solution, and because they needed that solution, it just happened that somewhere, somehow, somebody else needed that same solution. So then what they did was they took their solution after they had obviously seen results. After using their solution, they had seen results. They took that solution, they packaged it up, put it into some kind of digital form, content, or put it into some kind of product that they can sell out there. And once they sold that to people, and when people went, they came back with testimonials. Your solution helped me fix my problem. I'm happy, and in that way, it reinforced how they would continue to grow with their solution, which was packaged. I'll give you the same example that I started off with in the beginning about a security company. So a particular neighborhood finds themselves that, okay, we have really wealthy people in this place. We can't allow, there's a lot of crimes that can take place here, and we feel we need to have more security. So we can't just hire the policemen to come and do rounds here and there. It's gonna cost us more. So an individual arises and says, I want to start a security company, a private security company. So he then, and the good part about this, which I really like, is the way wealthy people think. They always think not only about themselves, but they think about how to interconnect with everyone else around them. Networking is very important. So this individual starts a private security company. He then goes into his neighborhood and says, we have a private security company. We're going to give it a trial. We're going to start neighborhood watching. So you start off neighborhood watching. This is exactly how neighborhood watching usually works. A private guy with his own private company, except the only difference is you paying towards him. So when your municipality comes together and you guys sit down in your meetings and you guys discuss issues about the community, when you guys put that money together, you guys are basically putting money towards that security company. And whose pocket is going to? His private pocket. Yeah, of course there's taxes and all those things, but at the end of the day, he still gets the bad because he was solving people's problems. It's not about how much time a particular group or particular individual has. Yes, maybe they might have been a few steps ahead of you because they've encountered more problems. But the only difference you have between you and them is just time. Everything else, they are just the same as you. They are just as human as you are. They might have encountered problems in their ventures. Whatever they were trying to achieve, they might have encountered problems even in their own lives. But that doesn't make them any different to who you are as a human being. And if you are very determined into achieving a particular goal, very determined into acquiring a certain amount of wealth on this earth, then don't look at competition as something that's really impossible to attain or reach, or something that's really impossible to beat. It's possible to even do more than what your competitors are doing. There's so many companies that were alive in the beginning and today they are no more. Their competitions are doing well off. So I think the point of this video is me just trying to tell you that there is no difference between you and anyone else out there who you admire because of their wealth or because of whatever they done. I started learning IT on my own. I don't have any college or university knowledge on IT. Everything that I basically know today, whether it's through analyzing, networking, whatsoever, is through self-studying. And I stand on this ground because I was able to do it. I believe anyone else can do it. Okay, there's a certain stigma, especially for people who tend to buy online courses and whatnot. They're usually told that it's impossible, you won't make it, there's no value in that. But I'm here to give you my example, and I'm here to tell you from my experience, it is possible if you don't see your competition as something you can't beat or even become better than. I hope you guys liked this video, and I hope to share more videos like this. If you are more interested in maybe reading about this whole how to figure out and solve your own problem and begin a niche from that, go and read my articles on Medium. I blog almost on a weekly basis where I write a lot about solving problems and coming up with ideas to start a business. Until next time guys, thank you again and I appreciate you. God bless. Peace.